All right, do we have a CC'er? Awesome, thanks, Nutty. Okay, sorry for the blackout. The cam wire was compromised thanks to Otto's teethers. So we have a new cam wire, nice and fresh. All right, so I went to see Wyatt today at the hospital. We first sat down with his doctors and talked about his current status, how he's doing, and then longer term plans, what our treatment plan will look like. So the doctor told me that he was pretty active today. He was walking around quite a bit. He used his pee pads to go potty. He has been eating every 4 hours. They are able to give him his oral medications again because he's awake and swallowing. So, overall, he's much better than he was yesterday. However, he is still very sleepy. We've all witnessed that before when he doesn't feel great. And the biggest issue is that he's expelling this large amount of CO2. So normal amount of CO2 is around 30, 40 at the most. When he first came out of anesthesia, he was at 178. So it's a lot. We have some idea of what's causing this. So we got part of his CT scan results back. And, his lungs are pretty bad. The top half of both of his lungs are collapsed. And the bottom half, pardon me if I don't explain this perfectly because I'm not a lung expert. At least I haven't experienced enough about lungs to know a lot about them, but there are bronchi in your lungs that absorb oxygen. I don't know, but anyway, they are the things that capture the oxygen and then deliver it to the rest of your body. And his are underdeveloped, and so not only is he lacking half a lung on each side working, but the bottom half is in pretty bad shape with the bronchi that does exist. So, that is why he struggles to get oxygen, on a regular basis. And that's what is causing all of the CO2 expulsion. So that's what we're kind of focused on, is what can we do to try to help him breathe better. They're going to be trying this new medication tonight. It's called a bronchodilator. I can't tell you exactly how it works, but I'm sure if you Google it, there's several different kinds of this medication brands, but I assume they all do similar things where they increase the ability of the bronchi to accept oxygen. So they're going to be trying him on that overnight. And we're hopeful that if this medication works for him, that we'll see that CO2 level drop. And maybe, not be so extreme. If we can get that CO2 down, They're also going to try to wean him not entirely off of oxygen, but just a lower percentage. So right now he's around 75% oxygen. We're going to try to get him down to about 60% oxygen. And, we'll see how he does. So, so that's the plan for the next day. If he responds well to this new medication, the bronchodilator, and they're able to reduce his oxygen to at least 60%, then he can be cleared to come home. He'll be on oxygen here. He will be oxygen dependent, but we will get him home. As far as long-term plan after that, we don't know yet. I have to check in with his regular doctor who is back from vacation. There's lots of follow-ups after that, but we can at least get him out of the hospital, get him back with us, and give him time to fully recover from that anesthesia. So best case scenario is he could come home tomorrow. I know. Not, he's not going to be, he's still sick. He's still very sick. He's oxygen dependent, but, it would be a huge improvement if we could at least get him, breathing a little bit better. Yeah, and lungs take time to heal. So we know, when Wyatt has a bad episode, he can take weeks in the oxygen tent and it's fine. We're mostly patient and, he doesn't mind being in there. He's not distressed in there. I'm looking to get a larger one, actually, that'll give him a little bit more space and that we can fit a litter box in there. That takes time. They have to send it by ground, so it takes time to get here. But hopefully we'll be able to expand the space that he's in and in fact make it a little bit even more complicated or comfortable. So that's sort of all of his lung stuff. I feel hopeful that we have some treatment options, that we're just looking at like what's possible. I wasn't able to, when I went to visit him, he was sleeping and the doctor said, it's a shame you just missed him like up and walking around. I wanted you to see, how well he was doing and being alert, and I missed that. So he was asleep, but I was talking to him. I'm not allowed to open the door because he needs that high level of oxygen. So I was talking to him through the glass and he did react to my voice and he was twitching his ears a little and he moved his head and, so I know he heard me. I do wish I could have seen him a little more active, but I believe the doctors, telling me how well he's doing. So I feel good about that. So, I wasn't given a lot of time to hang out with him. There was actually one of the nurses came. There's another cat underneath him in a separate oxygen cage, and she had to come feed him dinner. So I needed to get out of the way, but it was good to see him.
Once again, Wyatt defies the odds.
Yeah. So I have some other interesting news. We got some of the CT results back. And I don't fully understand all of them, but what I do want to share with you, which I think is very interesting, is that Wyatt has hydrocephalus. Like Tate. He has hydrocephalus. Before he got here, the very first thing, like the reason we were contacted to rescue him in the first place is because his doctor in Texas thought he had hydrocephalus. but he had no signs of it up here. He did not present like hydrocephalus. You know, I just wrote it off. I just thought, you know, he was misinformed and whatever. But he does, in fact, have hydrocephalus, just like Tate has. So that also explains why he had such a severe reaction to anesthesia. Hydrocats notoriously react poorly to anesthesia and take a very long time to recover from it. There's usually extra precautions that you take when you have to anesthetize a hydrocat, which, you know, clearly they didn't know, so they wouldn't have done those things. Yeah, he, you know, when we first got him that first week, he went up to see Dr. Glass, the neurologist, Tate and Kenna's neurologist. And, you know, he wasn't convinced just looking at him that he had it. So very interesting diagnosis there. We also got some information about his jaw. It's something that I want, you know, I want the full results sent to his dental team because I think, you know, they'll be able to better analyze the results. But it looks like he's missing some bones in his jaw.
Oh.
And that's actually why he's not able to close his jaw, is they never formed. He's actually missing like full joints. So,
That's not
yeah.
something they can fix, is it?
Oh, wait, I can't say that.
Interesting.
So it'll be interesting to see what his dentists say about that. But I don't want to go into too much detail about his jaw just because, you know, they only kind of breezed over it with me. And, you know, his dentist certainly will tell me in more detail what's going on. But I'm excited for them to get the CT results and analyze them. So that's all we know at this point from the CT. I did ask if I could get a disc. They're going to look into that. The doctor wasn't sure, so she has to check with the radiologist. So I should find out tomorrow if I can get a disc of the actual images. Yeah, Mary, exactly. We're starting to get answers. This is, you know, it's been so long that I've had to say, I don't know. And we actually have some definitive answers here for the first time. And this CT scan can be analyzed by, you know, his internist, his regular doctor, his dentist, the neurologist that he has at his original hospital. So it should continue to be helpful to everybody. They were not able to do the lung culture, which is called a wash. I don't know why they didn't do it. I'm disappointed they didn't, but I have a feeling it's because he was really unstable under anesthesia, and they just didn't want to risk doing something invasive like that. That's my guess, but it was not done. So that it is a shame that we didn't get that. I don't I don't know anything more about his lungs than what I said. So I know there's a lot more questions about, does he still have aspiration pneumonia? You know, I don't know. That's all stuff that his internist doesn't even know he's at Penn right now. You know, I need to fill him in on everything, and he needs to get all the notes from ER, and, you know, there's a whole thing that's going to happen after he comes home. So I only know what's going to happen in the next 24 hours or so. That's as far as we've gotten. To Chris's comment about becoming a resident of KKP, I will say, I did tell Gma that if a hydro cat comes in here, I can't guarantee. There's a very good chance that I would keep a hydro cat.
Oh my goodness. I told my husband yesterday.
I didn't know that Wyatt had hydro though.
I said to my husband yesterday, after you gave your update from your car, I turned to him and I said, Wyatt's never going up for adoption. He's her cat. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be true. I just think it's very funny. It reminds me of when I said Kenna could stay if she used Little Robot, but she'll never learn to use the Little Robot.
And she learned.
And then she learned. And it was like, well, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Oh, I think you'll have so much fun with Kenna. Right, Nutty? Who is she kidding? We all know. Just like we all knew with Kenna.
Yeah. All right, folks. That's all my update, and keep sending those thoughts and prayers.
Keep on meeping.
Keep on meeping. Thanks for
All right, ladies.
hanging out.
I loves you. I will see you Saturday, okay? I'm going to go to the bakery and see the cookies and the palindromes.
Did you see all the adoptions
I
over there?
am so excited. So excited. I got home from work today and went into one of the chat rooms and I saw only Boo was up for adoption. I'm like, wait a minute, did I miss something? And they're like, yes, you did. Very excited.
Are you done over here?
I am. I was coming over to get the
I'll
papers.
just grab it for you.
Thank you. All right, chatters, I'll see you in the other room. Bye, girls. I love you.
That's how many are supposed to be in there.
Yeah, I look. She filled 8. She forgot her.